informal budget workshop this Tuesday, March 11th at 7 p.m. May I please ask everyone to please rise for the pledge? Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby suspends the order of business for this meeting and this meeting only according to policy 2350. I need a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Cindy Seferi. I need a second.
Second.
Second by Brandon Garcia. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved. D1A, appointment of interim district clerk. Be it resolved that the Board of Education appoints Dennis M. Logan as interim district clerk effective March 12, 2025, at a rate of $350 per day, and be it further resolved that the board president is authorized to execute an employment agreement with the interim district clerk, which agreement has been reviewed by the Board of Education. I need a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Brandon Garcia. I need a second.
Second.
Second by Hassan Ahmed. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? So moved. I don't think he's here. Okay. If you're watching at home, Dennis, congratulations. Okay, so today we begin our fourth informal budget workshop. Wanda?
Good evening. Good evening, everyone at home and everyone here. We have Rhonda Young. She has a wonderful presentation about special services and all the great things that she has done and all the great things that are coming our way. So go ahead, Rhonda.
Good evening, Brentwood community. It is an honor to present to you this evening. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our superintendent, the Board of Education, and Cabinet for their continued support and commitment to our students. Brentwood is more than just a district. It is a community that values equity, opportunity, and inclusion for all learners. My passion lies in advocating for students with diverse learning needs, ensuring that they receive the resources and support necessary to reach their full potential. Tonight, I am proud to present the Special Services 2025-26 budget, a plan that reflects our dedication to investing in inclusion to support diverse learners. Our administrative team consists of myself, Coordinator of Special Services Secondary, Ms. April Sinise, Coordinator of Special Services Elementary, Ms. Caitlin Dittmeyer, Coordinator of Health, Psychological, and Social Work, Mr. Sean Coffin, Medical Director, Ms. Susan Averso, Assistant Coordinators, Ms. Denise Farrell and Elizabeth Sheehan, Administrative Nurse Practitioner, Ms. Helene D'Agostino, Department Head of Speech and Hearing, Ms. Bridget Nieves, Special Education Department Head, Ms. Ingrid Citron, and our Special Education Transition Coordinator, Dr. Karen Gross. Our department consists of approximately 573 dedicated professionals, including administrators, special education teachers, related service providers, teacher assistants, teacher aides, special education aides, health aides, nurses, clerical staff, and teachers on special assignment. Their hard work and commitment are the driving force behind our success, and I'm truly grateful for all that they do. As a compliance office, we ensure that special education services adhere to federal and state laws, including the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, Section 504, and the American Disabilities Act. Under IDEA, each state develops a state performance plan to evaluate its progress in meeting federal requirements and improving outcomes for students with disabilities. This plan includes 17 different indicators in 2 categories: Result indicators measure student and family progress, and compliance indicators ensure adherence to IDEA regulations. Our vision is to provide individualized educational programs for classified students to promote inclusive opportunities in general education settings, to serve as a resource for parents and families, and to improve post-secondary outcomes for students with disabilities to enhance Graduation Plus. District leadership, in collaboration with varied stakeholders, has implemented multi-tiered systems of support, providing academic and behavioral interventions to ensure our students learn in the least restrictive environment. High-dosage tutoring helps provide instructional interventions to address learning gaps. Community schools continue to improve consistency for our students. Redesigned schedules at the elementary level added uniform 40-minute special area blocks for students. Buildings created opportunities for homogeneous skills groups to improve learning for all students. Principals can now plan together and analyze student performance data at each grade level. Principals have also enhanced structures in their buildings to improve student learning and have successfully promoted and incorporated positive behavioral supports and interventions. The district has also incorporated MASH, Missing Assignment Study Hall, updated the Discipline Handbook, the Code of Conduct, Student Dress Code, and decreased suspensions by promoting and expanding restorative practices. We've expanded professional development to strengthen student support in IEP writing, goal progress monitoring, and restorative practices. We implemented high-leverage practices for teaching reading by incorporating SPIRE and the Sunday system to Orton Gillingham-based reading programs. We provided ongoing training and support to teachers, including the More Than a Purple Dot training that was presented to all teachers, TAs, and administrators. We've also provided CPI de-escalation training to varied stakeholders. We strengthened early childhood education and support services, established and expanded the early intervention program, opening 8 special education classrooms and 2 integrated UPK classrooms. We expanded our extended school year program. We provided at-risk support for preschool, UPK, and kindergarten in speech, counseling, and behavior. We opened new classes allowing students to be educated in their home district. We purchased new furniture for our kindergarten and preschool classrooms to create high-quality learning centers and provided additional support to assist teachers and students. We've expanded career readiness and work-based learning opportunities for all students by increasing the number of students receiving the Career Development Occupational Studies Commencement credential. We expanded CTE pathway options and opportunities for electives. We've increased work-based learning opportunities for students with disabilities, established the New York State Department of Labor apprenticeship training program for teacher assistants. We've incorporated viability pre-employment transition services and implemented a practical assessment exploration system, PAYS Lab, at the high school and West Middle School. We've implemented an employment training program, improved the OPWDD and Access VR transition process for families. We expanded the work experience and World of Work program at the high school and increased the number of students attending BOCES, Special Careers Technology, and we also expanded our Junior Achievements program. With the support of district leadership and varied stakeholders, we have advanced inclusion, technology, and infrastructure for student success by enhancing the use of assistive technology district-wide, providing flexible seating, advocating for inclusive field trips, incorporating inclusive programs and playgrounds, and also investing in mental health supports as well as academic support. Although we have made tremendous progress, the journey toward inclusion is far from over. According to Indicator 5A performance results during the 2022-23 school year, 36.9% of students with disabilities were educated in the general education setting for 80% or more of the school day. The state target is 58.25% or more. 34.5% of students with disabilities were educated in the general education setting for less than 40% of the school day, while the state target is 17.8% or less. Additionally, 5.8% of our students are educated in separate settings, slightly exceeding the state target of 5% or lower, and those students are out-of-district students. This data presents a great opportunity for us to further enhance inclusion by increasing integrated learning environments. Let's take a closer look at our enrollment. According to January 2025 enrollment figures, we serviced approximately 4,074 students in total, which is a 9.2% increase from last year. Of the 4,074 students, 3,303 were school-age students, grades K through 12, attending in-district and out-of-district programs. 1,636 of those school-age students were L's, that's 49.5%. 65% of all classified students we serve are educated in the most restrictive learning environment, that's 2,131 students are in special class placements. There was a 13.9% increase in out-of-district enrollment since last year. The greatest increase in out-of-district enrollment was at the kindergarten level. Again, I believe this data presents an exciting opportunity to shift mindsets and to foster more inclusive environments. By supporting building leaders and educators and fully embracing the inclusion of students with disabilities in less restrictive settings, we can continue to build on the positive changes that have already occurred. As the number of students we serve increase, so does the number of CSC meetings. Last year, we chaired approximately 5,688 meetings combined, which is an 8.5% increase from the year prior and a 16.8% increase in CSE and CPSE meetings over 3 years. There is a total of 22 CSE chair people. Of the 22, 7 are only used during the annual review season, and 5 of the 7 volunteer to chair in addition to their mandated responsibilities. There are also 4 CPSC chair people with additional support. I think we'll be able to carry out our mandated responsibilities, but we need help. When a student is recommended for an initial evaluation for special education, the timeline for completion is 60 calendar days once a parent signs consent. Each classified student undergoes an annual review and a reevaluation every 3 years. There was a significant rise in initial evaluations, also known as new referral meetings, post-pandemic. We went from 259 during the 2020-21 school year to 399 during the 2023-24 school year. That is a 54% increase over 3 years. The increase in new referrals present an opportunity to further enhance targeted interventions and supports in the general education setting. We are very excited about developing our MTSS framework, and we are positive that by working together, we can improve our systems and ensure all students receive the support required to learn in the least restrictive learning environment. Assistive technology services are rapidly expanding, projected to exceed 180 evaluations during the 2025-26 school year, not including consultations or evaluations recommended by OT, PT, or speech providers. The growth in assistive technology evaluations, consultations, and deliveries is clear, reinforcing the need for increased support. The current teacher on special assignment assisting in this area has done an amazing job. However, the rising demands require additional staffing. To sustain high-quality service, we need a trained professional for management and oversight and an additional teacher on special assignment to assist with this critical work. Our district serves approximately 1,600 students receiving speech and language services. With a projected 10% increase in special education enrollment, that number is expected to grow to approximately 1,760 students next year. This year, we had to hire 6 additional providers, resulting in significant periods where students were pending services due to provider shortages. To be proactive and prevent service delays in the upcoming academic year, we need to hire 10 additional speech pathologists to maintain IEP compliance, complete evaluations, and to provide at-risk support to general education students. There has also been an increase in occupational therapy and physical therapy mandates due to rising special education needs, increased screen time, inactive lifestyles, and an expanded OT-PT role, supporting executive functioning, self-regulation, and adaptive skills. We rely heavily on agency providers, and there's a shortage of agency providers statewide. Currently, we only have 5 occupational therapists on staff and 1 district physical therapist. We are currently over capacity in OT mandates, which may cause IEP compliance risks and limit consultative support for teachers. More help is needed in this area to address students' needs. Let's take a look at the budget. The 2030 special education budget area includes clericals and special education administrators. We are projecting to invest $2,488,094. That is a 12.79% increase. This change is due to salary increases and 1 additional administrator and an unfilled vacancy that we have for an administrator. 2250 is our program handicap budget area, which includes a special education teacher salaries, contracted agencies, BOCES and private placements, one-to-one aides, teacher assistants, and clericals. We are projecting to invest $100,197,525. That is a 34.97% increase due to staff salary increases, agencies, BOCES, and private placements. 2251 is our Medicaid budget area, which includes 1 clerical. We are projecting to invest $90,957, which is a 3.60% increase due to a salary increase. 2255 is the learning disabled budget area. This includes our resource room teachers, resident students attending parochial schools, materials, and supplies. We are projecting to invest $5,581,231. That is a negative 3.94% decrease due to a decrease in salaries due to more senior teachers that retired from resource room from the year prior. So we replaced that staffing with new teachers coming in at a lower salary. 2260 is our speech budget area, which includes speech teachers, supplies, materials, and mileage reimbursement. We are projecting to invest $5,160,932. That is a 10.94% increase due to growth in salary increases. 2815 is our health budget area, which includes nurses, health aides, materials, supplies, and mileage reimbursement. We are projecting to invest $3,892,151. That is a 9.11% increase due to salary increases and overtime. 2820 is our psychologist budget area, which includes psychologists, materials, supplies, and mileage reimbursement. We are projecting to invest $3,290,611. That is an 11.5% increase due to salary increases. 2825 is our social worker budget area, which includes social workers, materials, supplies, and mileage reimbursement. We are projecting to invest $2,696,317, which is a 4.96% increase due to salary and growth. Total investment for special services is projected to be $123,397,818. I said that a little wrong. I'm going to say it again. $123,397,818. That is a 28.43% increase due primarily to BOCES enrollment and overall growth of our special services department. This number is subject to change. The most significant budget increase is due primarily to a 92% projected increase in state-approved private, a 45% increase in BOCES, and a 32% increase in state-supported schools. Most of our students attending out-of-district go to BOCES. In the 2024-25, we estimated costs for BOCES of $43,473,445 for 363 students. Next year, the 2025-26 school year, we are projecting costs of $63,179,653 for 456 students. That is 93 more students. That is just under a 23% increase in BOCES enrollment. And most of the students were kindergarten that were enrolled. Okay. So not only, there are high numbers there, so we do service high-cost students, but we do get support from the federal government. We get 2 Part B formula grants that assist states with providing a free and appropriate public education in the least restrictive environment. We get the 611 for children 3 through 21, and we get the 619 for children 3 to 5. Most of the funding in both grants are allocated towards salaries and benefits. This chart represents the eventual savings after high-cost aid and private excess cost aid has been received. High-cost programs are the BOCES and in-district. Private schools have the private excess cost aid, and it's typically a New York State-approved private program that we get reimbursement back for. So what I did was I calculated the eligible expenses in the chart and the amount that we received in reimbursement. The amount that we received for the 23-24 school year, we get this year, because you always get the money a year later, and it comes in installments. So we get paid in December, March, June, and August the following year. We received approximately 56% of what was spent in this chart. Also, during the 23-24 school year, we invested approximately $85 million including what we invested in preschool, the total expected reimbursement from IEP, CPSC, STAC, and Medicaid is $30,693,199 for the 23-24 school year. We got back approximately 36% of the overall expenditure. Next steps. So for the 2025-2026 school year, we'd like to expand our integrated co-teaching and consultant teacher services at the elementary and secondary level. We'd like to introduce a new American Sign Language course at the freshman campus. Luckily, we have a teacher that's dual certified in special education and American Sign Language. And I think this will help many of our kids meet the low graduation requirement. We'd like to implement social emotional learning support in all level 4 classrooms as a core aspect of the program model and provide opportunities for problem-based learning at the middle school level. We would like to establish, wherever possible, behavior intervention rooms so that if a student is having explosive behavior, they have a place to go, decompress, and then be returned back to the classroom. We'd like to integrate speech and OT services as a push-in for kindergarten and first grade classrooms because we believe all students at that grade level could benefit from those services. We would like to fill the administrative vacancy and provide additional support for OT, PT, and assistive technology. Provide additional support for conducting CSE meetings, CPSE meetings, and out-of-district meetings, and also case management support for out-of-district. We are excited to announce a potential collaboration to implement an Office of Mental Health integrated outpatient program designed specifically for students battling serious mental health illness, substance abuse, and opioid use disorders. Our vision is to establish this clinic at the freshman campus after hours to provide mental health support within our school community. Based on a recent state review, it was recommended that we increase class ratios to provide various levels of staffing support based on the needs of students. By increasing the class ratios, we hope to create dynamic and responsive educational environments for our students that adapt to the intensity of academic and management needs. In doing so, it is our hope to foster independence and better support the learning environment. Proposed staffing for the 2025-26 school year includes 3 TOSAs, 1 administrator to oversee assistive technology and OTPT. There is already an existing position that was never filled, so we would like to use that, fill that position. We'd like to hire 3 PPS staff, 2 social workers, and 1 psychologist, 4 additional occupational therapists due to staffing shortages across the county and state, 5 special education teachers at the secondary level, 10 special education teachers at the elementary level, 10 speech teachers combined, and 4 BCBAs. Over the past few years, we have made tremendous progress in improving the educational experience and support for students with special needs. These achievements are a result of our collective efforts to enhance infrastructure, expand staffing, strengthen programs, provide training, integrate technology, and engage our community. This progress would have not been possible without the unwavering support of the superintendent, the Board of Education, support staff, administrators, teachers, and the entire Brentwood community. In just 4 years, we have transformed the entire Special Services Department, and our work is far from done. We must continue pushing forward to achieve even greater success. On behalf of the Special Services Department, I sincerely thank each and every one of you for your dedication and contributions. Your commitment has made a lasting impact, and I'm confident that together we will continue to make a difference in the lives of our students. Thank you. Questions?
First and foremost, thank you so much for that presentation. It was informative, gave perspective, trend, showing us where we've been, where we are, where we're going. So thank you so very much for putting that together for us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. That was a very well-prepared presentation, very comprehensive.
Thank you.
And what I like the most is that it's all about kids, right?
Yes.
And where we have been, where we're going, and we're working together. You mentioned
Yes.
the MTSS. You are not working in isolation, and that's what
Yes.
used to happen, right? Where you have the bilingual office working here, you have special education working there, and Janet, now we're all working together to ensure inclusion, something
Yeah.
that this board really wants, and we all want. Right?
Yes.
It's going to take some time. It's going to take funding also, right?
Yeah.
Because this is not going to be something that we could just do with the staff that we have right now. But I do want to thank you and thank your staff because I know that your office never sleeps.
Yes.
You have with
Yeah.
more than 5,000 students,
Yeah.
really, that you have in special education right now. Hopefully that number will drop, right, based on the plan that we have all together. And
Well, 4,074.
yeah, but you have some out of district. You have some students that are,
Yeah,
also
yeah.
out of district, right?
Yeah.
And I know that
Yeah.
something else comes with them, right?
Yeah.
Because I know that Liz is working also with the out of district
Yeah.
students. But I do want to thank you for this. It was well received. I know that
Thank you.
easy to understand,
Yes.
as Eileen mentioned. We're going back and then what we want now. And thank you for all the work that you put day and night. I know that we all get nervous. Oh my
Yeah.
God, we have, and another kid is coming, right? And what else do we do?
Yeah.
But I'm very proud, I have to tell you, of the early childhood program that we
Yes.
have here. I remember last year that we had a parent that was very upset that the student was not getting the services.
Yes.
And I know that you work very closely with the building principals to ensure that we have space for our kids. And you have done that. So I do want to thank you for that and the transition program that we have at the high school
Yeah.
and the inclusion that we have created there. So we are doing great things for our students and you have not done this alone. You know, you have
Yeah.
a great team behind you
A
and the
wonderful team.
educators and the teachers. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Rhonda, I had questions, but you really answered all of them by the time you got to the end of the
Okay.
presentation, so I
Thank God.
appreciate that.
Thank you. So.
I know
I'm off
every
the-
school year, brings its own unique challenges, but I will say, I know I sometimes send you crazy emails,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
parents at all hours, and I apologize that I'm emailing you at maybe 10 o'clock at night with a concern from a parent, but you're always responsive, so
Thank you.
I do appreciate that, and that you put our parents' concerns at ease
Thank you.
when they're so anxious about the beginning of school year and they don't know what to expect, especially if they're new to our district or their children are exiting our district. There's a lot of unknown, especially unknowns that come with the special education department. And, collectively you all help our parents navigate through those waters. And it's, it's through trying times, and sometimes, you're the sound of reason, you're the sounding board, the board becomes that sounding board, superintendent becomes that sounding board, yourself, the teachers. Parents sometimes just don't know how to help their children, and that's all they want, is for their child to be successful at every level, elementary, middle, and high school and beyond. So, we're very proud of the work that your department does. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just really, truly, I'm not reading. I'm truly grateful for all your support because I really see the transition and I'm so glad to be a part of it, to be a part of just seeing the transformation of this district. It's amazing. And thank you, Ms. Ortiz, for all your help. Thank you.
So not to put a damper on it, I just have one question, Rhonda, on the speech services, I know you said we added 10
We need,
this
we,
year, and we need 10
no,
more.
we added 6, but we have a lot of kids coming in that require services. There's a couple of things going on with speech. I believe Ann presented in her budget that we would like to provide at-risk services because we're getting a lot of kids recommended for special education, and I do believe if we provide early intervening services, that we could prevent all of those students from being classified. Maybe we could provide the services and they don't have to get classified, you know? So I think that we need to exhaust everything before classifying all these kids. In other districts, they do provide speech services in the general education setting. So we would like to hire 3 to offer those services. Also, we have an issue with bilingual evaluations. So we only have, I believe it's, 6, Bridget? 7. We only have 7 bilingual evaluators, and Bridget could speak to this.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
We
Bridget.
currently have 7 bilingual
Go
evaluators
to
on
the
staff. You wanna use the
mic,
microphone? We currently have 7 bilingual evaluators on staff, and I had my staff members take data on how long it takes them to complete a single evaluation, which is at 6 hours and 30 minutes for one evaluation, which is longer than the workday. So in order to accommodate their workload and get the evaluations done in a timely manner, we need an additional 3 evaluators, 2 bilingual evaluators, and 1 monolingual evaluator. We've seen a steady increase of 20% in evaluations over the last 3 years. So we're projecting about 409 evaluations next year. So the increase in evaluators would be able to tackle that number.
Thank you. And what about in terms of services to classified students who need speech services? Do
Well,
we
we
have?
added
a-
that in.
Yeah, so just based off of the growth and projections of the amount of increase we've been seeing with classified students, we would need 4 additional providers just to cover caseload growth.
Right, and are we covered for this year, I guess is really my question.
Right.
Do
Yeah,
have
we just
students
hired 2
waiting?
additional providers to service those students who are on home teaching, so we're completely covered for this academic year. That would be for next year.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else from the board? Questions, comments? No? Any
Can we vote
questions?
again?
Any questions from the audience, from at home? No? Okay. All right, sorry, let me get myself together here. Okay. I need a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:41 PM.
Motion.
Motion by Julia Burgos, I need a second.
Second.
Second by Brandon Garcia. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for being here.